What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to take a look and a listen to Representative Balint. She's going to be talking about Social Security, protecting Social Security. There's this new bill, HR 178. She's going to be talking a little bit about that. We're also going to take a look at this bill to see what they want to do moving forward. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, if you guys could do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, follow me on Twitter at the TEC Show Live. And there are people that are following me on Twitter and they're actually retweeting my video, so I really appreciate that. So if you are following me on Twitter, retweet my videos. I will post a video. When I post a video on YouTube, I also post it on Twitter. So if you retweet that, I really, really appreciate that. Okay, so first I want to show you the Congresswoman on the floor actually talking about this proposal that they have, and then we're going to take a look at the actual proposal. So here we go.
For 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. McGovern. I rise today to urge my colleagues to vote against the previous question so that the House can address more serious matters like the future of seniors' hard-earned benefits. Bringing forth House Resolution 178 gives this body the opportunity to finally affirm our commitment to protect and strengthen Social Security and Medicare. This is what American families want us focused on. When I talk to Vermont families, they're concerned with putting food on the table, with keeping their families safe, with how they'll afford life-saving medications, not with propping up corporate polluters at the expense of our future. Americans need us on the record promising that families won't have to choose between essentials like medication, food, housing. Cutting Social Security and Medicare hurts the poorest and most vulnerable among us. These programs support seniors to age with dignity. They support Americans with disabilities to receive the security that they absolutely depend on. We're not going to let Social Security benefits go away. We're not. Over 65 million Americans rely on hard-earned Social Security benefits. 65 million. These programs are how we preserve the American middle class, and it's how we support all of the working families in each of our districts. We need to expand the infrastructure and funding of these programs to fully support seniors in their retirement. We owe them this. I want all Americans to know Americans are not going to stop fighting to protect your hard-earned benefits. And again, I urge my colleagues to turn their attention to real issues that impact real American families and defeat the previous question. I yield back.
Okay, so that was Congresswoman Balint, and let's go ahead. I want to show you just her profile here, so if you want to take a look, and I will post a link to this so you guys can check out her history, her background, all of that. So if you want to follow her to find out how this bill is moving forward, you can do that. Now, I want to go over to the actual congress.gov, and this is the actual resolution. So House Resolution 178, okay? And so the main reason for this resolution, and I see it's small here. Let me enlarge this just a little bit. The major reason for this resolution is to protect Social Security and Medicare. Okay, that's the major focus there. You have politicians that have come out and said, you know what, we don't want to cut Social Security, we don't want to cut Medicare, and you have politicians on both sides, right? Both Democrats and Republicans. They've said that they don't want to cut Social Security or Medicare. So what this resolution will do is it will protect Social Security and Medicare, because it's going to say, the main focus here is to say that you're not going to be able to sunset Social Security or Medicare. You're not going to be able to raise the retirement age for Social Security and Medicare. And down here, this is where they show you pretty much how they want to protect Social Security and Medicare. So one of the things, raising the eligibility age, that's not going to be, they won't be able to do that if they can get this resolution to pass, as well as privatizing Social Security. That's something else that you hear some politicians talk about. Now, on one side, they'll say, we don't want to cut Social Security, but we want to raise the full retirement age. Well, that's a cut to Social Security. And also the privatizing Social Security. If you privatize Social Security, or you even take a portion of the taxes that are coming in, that's less money that will be going to the Social Security Administration. That means less money that can go towards benefits for people who are currently receiving them. So these are the two major things, and there's some other things that they talked about as well, but that's what the resolution is all about. Now, this is going to be very difficult to pass through the House, even though you have politicians on both sides saying that they don't want to make any cuts to Social Security or Medicare. And so this is the best opportunity for them to put this resolution on the floor. But the reality is Speaker McCarthy has the discretion. He can put it on the floor if he wants. He doesn't have to put it on the floor if he doesn't want. And he probably, at this point, we'll have to see. I don't even want to make predictions when it comes down to it. The hope is that he brings it to the floor and lets them at least vote on this. If they're saying that they don't want to make cuts, if they're saying this is ridiculous, when President Biden was addressing the country in the State of the Union address and said that you have people on the other side of the aisle that want to make cuts to Social Security and Medicare, and you had politicians appalled by that, Speaker McCarthy was appalled by that. Well, if that's the reality, then bring this resolution to the floor, and this will guarantee the protection of Social Security and Medicare. So we'll have to see if they do that. We'll have to see if they move forward with that. Right now in the House, they're not doing much. When it comes to Social Security and Medicare, there are no talks. There are no talks at all. At least you have a bipartisan group of senators that are getting together and trying to put a bill together. But when it comes to the House, they're not really moving forward with anything. There have been bills in the past that they've talked about, or we'll just say proposals in the past that they've talked about, but they're not moving forward with anything right now. We don't know of any talk when it comes to politicians on both sides talking, some type of bipartisan group in the House talking about moving forward with any type of legislation. I just wanted to at least show you that you do have some politicians that are saying, look, let's put this on paper when it comes to protecting Social Security and Medicare. Put it on paper. That way we'll know all politicians in Congress right now do not want to cut Social Security and do not want to cut Medicare. It'll be on paper, so they won't be able to do it. So we'll have to see where it goes. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. I will be doing a video later, either later today or tomorrow morning, about the CPI numbers, because they will be coming in momentarily. I'm actually shooting this video very early, but once they come in, I'll give you more information about that. We're talking about inflation. So how is inflation affecting the cost of living adjustment that you received for 2023? So we'll talk about that. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, post it down below. Like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.